Redskins fans, are you not entertained? Yeah, not the best start to the season for the Burgundy and Gold. Disappointing performance in the preseason opener last night against the Ravens. We'll break it all down for you right now on Toyota Sports Talk.
Live from NewsChannel 8, this is Toyota Sports Talk.
I think it was a wake-up call. I think it showed us that as much as we may have been making some plays in training camp in Richmond and feeling good about what we were doing, I think it's a realization that we got a long ways to go. And I think that could be a good thing in the long run. It could be good to have that wake-up call. It could be the best thing we need right now.
Yeah, you gotta love the fact it's a wake-up call after that first preseason game. And with that, hello everybody. Welcome to this Friday edition of Toyota Sports Talk. I'm your host, Scott Abraham. Thank you for tuning in. Redskins fans, this show is for you tonight. In a moment, I'll be joined by the Washington Post's Jake Russell. But as always, this show is all about you, the viewers. We need you to call in for our questions of the night. What are your takeaways from the Redskins' first preseason game? After seeing only 6 plays from the first-team offense, are you worried? Can you take anything positive from this Skins performance? Our second question, Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott suspended for 6 games by the NFL for violating the personal conduct policy. Is this suspension fair? Elliott was never charged with a crime. There was, however, an investigation that started more than a year ago after an ex-girlfriend accused Elliott of domestic violence. Some hot topics tonight for sure. Give us a call, 703-387-1020. And time to welcome in Washington Post sports reporter and the biggest Washington Valor fan that I know, Jake Russell, back on Toyota Sports Talk again. Jake, great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, how are those Valor doing?
Can't talk about it.
No?
It's too soon, Scott.
Okay.
Too soon.
How are things? Things well?
Things are great.
Okay.
Things are great. How about you?
Good. Oh, do you like my tie?
I love your tie. It's
good,
fantastic.
Yeah. I got on Easter time, though. That was an inside joke. So let's talk some football here. You were at the game last night. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy. What's your takeaway, my friend?
There was not much to take away from it, and offensively or defensively, the biggest takeaway I brought back from that game was the Trent Murphy injury. That was the biggest story for me. The guy doesn't have a chance to build off of his career year from last year now, which is pretty unfortunate. The team was bracing for him to miss the first month of the season, but now he just doesn't have a chance to capitalize and show what he's worth on the team now this year.
Where do they go from here with that Trent? Let's stay on the Trent Murphy injury. Who he was going to be out for the first 4 games with the suspension, but he's going to be out for the year now. Who fills those shoes?
They'll need a Junior Gillette or a Preston Smith to step up and fill those shoes. I mean, they kept Junior Gillette out last night. I'm not sure if he could have played if it was a regular season game, but it's better to be safe than sorry with Gillette. It would be nice to get him, on the field, get acclimated to bring his muscle memory back from real game action and see what he can do this season.
Offensively for the Redskins, putrid would be the word, especially running the football. 18 rushing attempts, 39 yards. First team offense, 6 plays, 2 straight 3-and-outs. Kirk Cousins sacked. Offensive line giving up, the defensive front of the Ravens own the Redskins offensive line. Your thoughts on that offensive performance for the Redskins?
The offense started out pretty slow at the beginning of last preseason, if I remember correctly, and they, last I checked, they were still fighting for a playoff spot in Week 17. So, I would encourage all the fans to not get overly dramatic about this. It's just preseason. They don't have all their starters in. It's not the plays they're going to be running that they're in the regular season on a routine basis. So it's obviously preseason known for being vanilla, laid back. Well, not laid back, but the playbook is dialed back quite a bit. I wouldn't look into it too much. It's a little bit concerning as a whole, but there's 3 more chances this preseason for them to improve and get better for the regular season.
Okay, let's be a little optimistic here. Let's look on the bright side of things. Any positives you can take away from this performance or any individual performance that you notice at the game?
The rookie receiver, I believe Robert Davis from Georgia State, looked pretty good. The biggest takeaway from offense is no major injuries for any of the key contributors to offense. That's a biggest takeaway, especially in light of what happened to Trent Murphy and what happened to Sua Cravens with him being out for the next 2 to 3 weeks reportedly. Yeah, the health is the major thing because you're going to need that offense to have a chance at the playoffs this year.
So the thing that stood out for me from a positive aspect, I was really impressed with the rookies. The rookie out of Alabama, Jonathan Allen, Anderson. I thought they were flying to the football. I thought they showed promise, and that was good to see. Did they make an impact on you as well?
Yeah, I was watching Ryan Anderson, and he has this energy and this burst about him. He attacks the line with all that he has. He wants to collapse the pocket. He wants to collapse the line. I was impressed with what I saw from him. I was also impressed with what I saw from Zach Brown. The guy's super athletic. He's very good going from east to west and locating the ball. I'm excited to see what he brings this upcoming season.
Surprise, surprise, the phone lines are lit up. So Redskins fans need to vent to us. As I said on Twitter, this is probably going to be a little bit of a therapy session. Let's start things off with David in Falston. David, how are you?
Hello?
David, are you there?
Hey, I'm here.
All right, you are on Toyota Sports Talk. Your biggest takeaway from preseason game number 1, Redskins-Ravens.
I would say that Jay Gruden calling the plays is going to be a detraction to the Redskins. Without the offensive coordinator, I'm not saying Sean McVay was, an excellent offensive coordinator, but it puts too much burden on him. And for him going forward into the regular season, I just don't think that will work out too well. But we'll have to wait and see.
Are you hitting the panic button yet? I know it's only 6 plays of that first-team offense. Or are you willing to kind of see this through and let this offense kind of gel and cultivate itself?
Well, I'm just a conscientious observer. I've watched the Redskins since Otto Graham was the coach and Sonny Jurgensen lived in the area. I'm not a Redskin fan, but I just watched the game last night. Part of it, and I just really think that's the thing that I took away. I wouldn't take the loss as a big deal. It's a preseason game, but and lack of running back is going to hurt a little bit. The health, they got to keep, the Jordan Reed healthy. Jock Doxson has to finally stick his head up because they lost a couple of receivers. Defensively, they have to prove themselves. So I mean, if they go 8-8, I'd really be surprised with Jay Gruden calling. I think that's the biggest takeaway I take.
Okay, David, thanks for the.
One other thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Ezekiel Elliott.
Yes.
The NFL, the WWF just passed it. I'm telling you, this is injustice, and that's all I'll say. I know he's got a little bit growing up to do, but this is wrong. This is going beyond the Supreme Court and the Constitution of the United States, okay? That's all I have to say.
All right, David, I think you have some sentiments there that are shared by many across this country. Again, Ezekiel Elliott suspended for 6 games. Let's go back to his first point. We're going to go to Ezekiel in a little bit. Let's go back to that offensive play calling. McVay gone, Gruden calling the plays now. Do you see his point of maybe it could be a distraction here?
I have to see him call it in the regular season to better gauge how he's doing. His first season here, he wasn't as crisp as he could have been. It was also him acclimating to having his first NFL job. Calling the plays on his own as a head coach was new to him because he has all these other duties that he has to worry about on a routine basis. I have to see more than just one preseason game to worry about his play calling because these plays that they're calling are just, they're trying to get a feel for the players and how they're going to do, but it's not necessarily a true gauge of what they're going to call starting September 10th against the Eagles. I
know a lot of people want to talk Ezekiel Elliott. We have a couple people on the phone line. Spencer, Emmanuel, please hold. We're going to take a break here, but plenty more to come on this Toyota Sports Talk. The Redskins always a big talker in this town. Ezekiel Elliott suspension. It's a hot topic out there today. The phone lines are now open. Give us a call. We want to hear from you. Give us your opinions. Give us what you're feeling. Vent to us. 703-387-1020. Let's get it rocking and rolling on this Friday Sports Talk.
No, we didn't play very well. Obviously, you had 2 drives with our ones and 2 3-and-outs. It wasn't good enough. A sack, drop pass. So, it's a start, not a good start, but got out there, did some pregame warm-up, came out of the tunnel, got 6 plays, and we just got to get better.
Relax, Redskins fans. It's only one game. It's the preseason. Welcome back to this Friday edition of Toyota Sports Talk. We are joined by the Washington Post, Jake Russell. Let's go back to the phone line. Spencer in Oxon Hill. Spencer, how are you tonight?
Okay. I mean, I don't think Redskins fans should ever take the stance of relaxing, because the Redskins will do this to you every year.
Yeah.
They will have the rah-rah preseason, whether they're good or bad, and it kind of resembles the regular season. That's why I don't like the thing when they say it's kind of vanilla, and when they get on the field, the competition, it kind of looks like the preseason when they're playing regular. So the only thing I took from it is I got to see Nate finally play, and I like his throwing mechanics. He needs more reps as a starter, and I think things will be better. I think the fans better look forward to individual accomplishments, because as a whole, I think they're going to look bad this year.
You think Nate Sudfeld could be the future quarterback of the Washington Redskins?
Yes, indeed. Look at his last year, and look at, well, so far he just started out with getting the third string reps. If he gets the start with the starters and let an offensive coordinator, a new one, call the plays, not Jay Gruden, I think they can be better if they kind of tweak all of the people who've been keeping them down.
All right, a man is entitled to his opinion. Spencer, thanks for the call. Jake, Nate Sudfeld, Colt McCoy, are they the future of the Redskins if Kirk Cousins go bye-bye after this year?
No.
Yes.
I don't think so. No, not in any way, shape, or form.
I mean,
unless it's Colt McCoy for 1 year next season as a bridge quarterback, if they find someone or sign someone or draft someone or trade for someone. But neither of them, in my opinion, I don't think they're the future.
Neither one of them looked comfortable in the pocket. You know, they rushed throws. I mean, they didn't look like a starting NFL quarterback to me. I mean, I know Colt McCoy's had glimpses of positive spots here during his NFL career, but Nate Sudfeld, he's got a long way to go, my friends.
Yeah, I agree, and that's against a fourth-string defense too. He's got to look a little more crisper than that.
Emmanuel, Capitol Heights, how are you?
Good.
Good. Let's hear you. What are you venting about tonight?
About Zeke, I don't think that he should be suspended.
Against what?
Hello?
Hello? Would you?
Yeah, I said about Zeke suspension. I don't. That's bad.
Why do you think that?
Huh?
Well, why do you think about why do you have that opinion?
Why do you think that? He was.
Okay, no problem. Emmanuel's having some problems there with his phone, having the TV on and talking to us at the same time. Never a good thing. Let's go to Kevin, I believe, in Temple Hills. Kevin, are you there?
Hey, my buddy. It's your buddy Kevin again.
Hey, what's going on, man? How are you?
I still ain't seen myself on TV.
I know. You love hearing your voice on TV. So, you watched the game last night?
I missed half of it because I go to my exercise class, but I came back. They didn't play too good. I didn't like I like the defense. Defense played pretty good, but the offense a little bit shaky. They need a little practice. They need to practice some more to make them play better.
I know it's only the first preseason game, but are you worried a little bit there, Kevin?
Yeah, I am. I'm worried about it, but I think they should have it fixed by September the 10th before they open up against Philly. I think they should have it fixed by that time. But they need to let Cousins play a little bit more.
I agree.
In the Green Bay Packer game to make it play better.
Yeah, you brought up a good point there. You bring up a good point there, Kevin. Thanks again, and thanks for the call. I mean, you're going to expect these starters to play a little bit more in Green Bay in preseason game number 2, preseason game number 3. Another point I want to bring to, during training camp, a lot of teams bring in another NFL team to kind of scrimmage against for a couple days to kind of hit somebody else. And the Redskins didn't do that this year. They've done it in the past with Houston. Do you think that was a mistake there, that they've only been basically playing against each other before the Ravens game?
I don't think it was a mistake, but it would have been nice to kind of gauge yourself against another opponent and how they practice and how they prepare. It helped with the Texans and the Patriots coming in a couple years ago. It would have been nice to kind of just have a sense and have a feel of how other teams operate, so you don't come across as flat as they did against Baltimore on last night.
And they didn't really game plan for the Ravens. And the Ravens, they put some pressure on. They put some blitzes on. That offensive line just, they weren't used to it. Roosevelt in Mitchellville. Roosevelt, how are you?
Oh, I'm just fine.
Good. What's your takeaway?
Well, I look at it like this. They saying about Kirk Cousins. He's our starter, but I'll tell you, if anything ever happens to him, McCoy or Sudfeld they're not ready. They are not ready. I tell you. whatever they doing down in Richmond or wherever they practicing at, they need a lot of fire on them guys down there. But they're not ready to play ball. I looked around all the teams that played last night. These teams are ready to play some football. Redskins look soft. They need to get that thing together there. They brought all this talent in here. I know it's early, got to put it together. And them coaches got to light a fire on some of them players down there. You know, I know it's early, like I said, but Sudfeld and McCoy is not the answer.
Yeah, and Roosevelt, I think a lot of sentiments are shared in Redskins Nation that what they saw from Sudfeld, what they saw from McCoy, not good because they didn't perform. And if Cousins is gone next year, you're going to blow the whole thing up and start over. That's the kind of problem we're in right here.
I mean, I could see it. I don't think they're going to let Cousins go next year. I think, if anything, if they need to, they'll bite the bullet at the $34 million or whatever it is franchise tag and bring him back because they know there aren't that many better options behind him to come in. But if he goes down this season, it's 0%. I think there's a playoff chance for them. 0%.
Agreed. All right, we have a lot more to go with here with Jake Russell talking the Redskins, Ezekiel Elliott, the hot topics of the night, taking more of your phone calls. Give us a ring, 703-387-1020. Stay with us. The fun is just beginning here on Toyota Sports Talk. All right, welcome back, my friends. Jake Russell riding shotgun with me tonight on Toyota Sports Talk. You can follow him on Twitter at _Jake Russell. I told you you're good for the ratings. All these phone calls, they all want to talk to you tonight.
Oh, they're all here because of me. I'm convinced.
I think maybe the Redskins played last night. Maybe that's why. The Redskins.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of them.
Back to the phone lines. All right, Fred in Oxon Hill. Fred, how are you? Hello, Fred. Okay. We're going to go to Sam in Bristow. Sam, are you there?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's going on, Sam? What do you want to talk about?
Well, first the game, real quick. I'm going to try to be very quick, but yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting anything earth-shattering, but I wanted to see some kind of rhythm, some kind of fluidity, with the offense and whatnot. But it just didn't look like, very, not even like one smooth drive, And Jay Gruden always seems confused on the sidelines, so I'm not really certain on him yet. Still, I think he still has ways to go before becoming, proficient at his job. The other thing is the caller, who was a regular caller on your show, Spencer, I've been listening to him for years. I mean, this guy, I hate to kind of call him an idiot because he should own up to now that where is RG3. He's an RG3 fan, by the way, and I cannot believe he's bringing up, everybody but Kirk Cousins. He doesn't like it. That's fine. He has the right to opinion, but come on, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, I don't know what he's smoking or whatever, but I want him to come on next time on the show and say that he was wrong about RG3.
He'd be a good little co-host. So you're not a Nate Sudfeld guy, huh, Sam?
Well, I don't have anything against Nate Sudfeld or Colt McCoy, but I mean, for him to come on and talk about, oh my God, please! I mean, I can't believe you guys still let him on the air. But I mean, he's funny, but at the same time, he's definitely really out of it. So anyway, but great show, guys.
Hey, appreciate it, Sam.
All right, take care.
Yeah, no problem. Let's go right back to the phone lines. Got a bunch of phone calls to get to. Richard in Manassas. Richard, how are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm enjoying the show. Yesterday or afternoon game, it was pretty good. Redskins can do real good, way I see it, it's just preseason and everybody's getting their panties up in an uproar. Let the team fill it out. Let the coach fill it out. And like I said, it's too early in the season. We got a lot of games to go. And I'm a Dallas fan, too. Don't get me wrong. I love football all the way around the season. Wish it stayed on 24, out of the years. And what I'm trying to say is that I bet Ezekiel Elliott go. If he's in the wrong, he's in the wrong. You got people, grandparents, young children, people growed up wanting to play football, couldn't. If you do wrong in the NFL, then you should go.
No, I understand, Richard. Thank you for the call, and thank you for watching as well. Ezekiel Elliott, I mean, it's a hot topic. What we're going to do is we're going to take a break here, and we're going to talk to Jake a little bit about Ezekiel in the final block to kind of get a feeling of his opinion on the 6-game suspension for that Cowboys running back. We'll be right back. Stay with us. We're wrapping things up with Jake Russell. You're good for business.
Yeah, it's totally me. It's definitely
totally
me.
you. All right, on a more serious note, Ezekiel Elliott docked 6-game suspension. He will appeal for that alleged domestic violence incident about a year ago in Columbus when he was just out of college in Ohio State. He was not officially charged. There was no, court trial, anything like that. There was an investigation, but there was no charges. He was not convicted, but he got docked 6 games. Was that fair, Jake?
I would kind of want to know what the specific evidence was that they found that they used to put the 6 games on him that made it that long. I think maybe they did it expecting him to appeal and get, reduce it to 4 games possibly. I kind of want to know if it's just that one incident or if it's that and a culmination of other off-field incidents over the past year. I think it's a little high compared to what others have gotten in the past, but I think we'll see it get brought down to 4 at least.
Yeah, it's a certainly tough situation for the Cowboys, and Cowboys fans are going to have to rely on Darren McFadden and Alfred Morris now to carry the load. Jake Russell off the hot seat again. Thanks for coming in, and thank you for watching, my friends. Have a great weekend. We'll see you right back here on Monday night.